Alright folks, this is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play of Disco Elysium for the PS4. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon. Links in the description at the bottom. Okay, so last time, we apparently figured out what was going on with the church. Or, actually, let's see, did they change the name? Oh no, just the church. Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah, apparently it opens up it's actually a secret portal to the Pale, aka, well, basically the warp. Basically just, basically entropy. So yeah, now, and apparently it's connected to the to the financial district here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the source of the doom. Oh yeah, for the doomed commercial area. Alright, well, anyways, before we get back to that, let's see, a visual calculus check has opened up. Let's see, let's see, a couple of checks have opened up here. Let's see, the cargo container door for rhetoric. Let's see, the cafeteria window. Right here at the side of tracks. Scattering of the bullet holes. Alright. Let's go and see if we can solve this check here.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Alright, reconstruct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
Let's see, this is where I started off with my motor carriage, before sinking it into the sea.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, you did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
Well, there is that, yeah. I think I got it. Well, that explains, yeah, where this came from here.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. While I was, let's see here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alright. Oh yeah, we still gotta talk about the, let's see, the dead body. Let's see. Please connect me to Sylvie again.
Just a second, officer.
Oh yeah, let's see if she could, Sylvie could, let's see, corroborate with Kaleska's story.
Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes, hello?
Hey Sylvie, it's the police again.
Great. What else do you need, detective?
Alright, was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
Seems like Glacia wasn't lying when she said it was her. This corroborates her story. She made the call.
Alright.
She is of the fairest of them all. The ugliness of lies would never escape her lips.
But why didn't you call? Didn't the course behind your workplace bother you?
Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the court.
I meant us. You should have called the police.
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Let's see. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang on your backyard for weeks instead of calling us?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't want trouble.
What trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
Now, let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin.
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually.
Let's see. Oh no, that's just a little late for. It's a little late for tears, isn't it? I should have used them to summon the police earlier.
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line until she almost drowns in static.
Okay.
All right. I think I got everything. Thank you.
Hear the
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
All right. Connect me to Station 41's Lazarus.
her voice.
Gottlieb, what is it now?
All right. Never mind.
Anything else I can help you with?
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over.
I'm happy to report that I found my badge, Jules.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
No.
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give 10-4. Order.
All right.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, it seems like an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. Found in the library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Janrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
All right, in that case, could you connect me to the Jamrock Public Library?
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
I'm looking for any information that you could find, provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Mejean, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
All right.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Mejean's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yeah, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
All right.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Oh, do you have any other information on Billy Mejean?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mejean? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes. Okay, if it was the police, she starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Oh, his husband. Okay.
Good. You have a name now.
Let's see. So Billy Mejean is a man, not a woman. How did your colleague know it was her husband? Or
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Oh, I thought he was gay. Sorry, no. So yeah, Billy is a woman. Okay. Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
Oh, what was he wearing?
1 second. What was he wearing? Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
It's fine. Thanks. That's all from me. No other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
No, we're good here. Thanks.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Alright, so we lived in the same apartment building as the smoking buddy here. Alright, let's see here. Go to Billy Majon's apartment, deliver the bad news, and... Yep. Oh, hey there.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man?
Oh, Gaston. Where's René?
Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's René?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Oh. Sorry to hear that. Do you know what happened to his medals?
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Gone where?
Most likely. He was an absolute cunt.
How did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts?
Yeah, he's an old soldier, damn it. I can still hold my own. I can still contribute. Ah.
Yes, he was about to head home, cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper.
Yeah.
The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him? As a brother?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Some right-wing royalist slogan?
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
So, yeah. Here, something to remember your friends by.
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looks so happy, and Jenny. I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
No problem.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
I want to go over a few more things about René, if that's okay.
Yes. What about René?
Yeah, never mind then.
It is... I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something. Officer, I just can't do this right now. The Union, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Alright. Goodbye. So, yeah, sorry to hear that. But then again, like you said, he lived a cunt, he died a cunt. Alright, well, anyway, speaking of cheery, jolly news.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, looks like we got a construction code violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters! They could go into my foot and give me a really bad
The
owie!
bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Alright then, let's show. Yeah, now that I have some time to mull over with that, the second body we found, it could be a spree killer, maybe not, but, well, I doubt he had anything to do with what was going on here, but... Nothing more to glean here.
Give me a moment.
I'm looking for Billy Maison. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Maisons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
Thank you.
What happened here?
Let's see. You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
Except the stuff in the fridge.
Indeed.
Alright, don't know. Too bad I can't access the fridge.
The aging alcoholic is still...
Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Yep, my visual calculus mode is going into overdrive.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Alright, do you have any advice on how to tell her he's,
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
What if I don't want to do this?
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Alright. Yeah, I think I might need to raise my empathy a bit here. Let's see here. Alright, I think we're good to go here.
A weathered brown. This is. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Okay, here we go.
And someone turns down the radio.
Let's see.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Alright. For some reason the voice didn't play there. Oh well. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheated onions in here. A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. A textbook for high school, mathematics, trigonometry mostly.
It's you from the bookstand.
Oh,
Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
it's not about the cockatoo. Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
Keep it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
I noticed you were cooking something.
People got to eat? What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking?
Alright, let's just get straight to the point here.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
God, do I just say he's dead like that?
Yes. That's the most important thing. Use that word.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mejon, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
Your husband, Victor Mejon's dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
It's still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief.
Here, take this.
Yes, thank you.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls. God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Alright. Well, that was sobering. Alright. Let me just save first in case something else pops up.
You did well.
I could have done more.
You did enough. Can't save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Alright, this is closed then.
Let's go.
Right. Alright, found the dead body. Alright, well, yeah, probably should have just gotten straight to the point there, but... Oh, well. Well, I guess while we're here, we might as well just pay a visit to Joyce. Yeah, let her know I found the badge. And yeah, there's still the other visual calculus check to do.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Let's see,
Of course. Anything to help. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me. The remaining that the man...
This does not come as news to her.
Last Sunday night. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I know the woman you're talking about. We have it under control.
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe. Or he didn't. That the man...
This does...
Last Sunday night. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Can you tell me about those tattoos again?
I fear I've told you all I know. It's an Oranese map of the waterways. Is there anything else I can help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Glad to have been of assistance.
Yeah, I don't exactly feel like I should be telling her everything about the case. Let's see here.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Has that been the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess we'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Don't you have... really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
Cool. Got her question.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Piss and fuck the world send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high. They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Can I be a skull?
Fat chance, but you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
All right, and how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Right.
I don't believe.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
I think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
What are you even trying to achieve in the first place here?
She throws you.
Have you noticed this place is a sepulchre?
Right, whatever. Anyways. Alright, yeah, while we're in the neighborhood, let's see, let's go and break the news about the doomed commercial district. Yeah, now trying to convince her, trying to convince her of any of this is going to be a trip and a half.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Plaisance, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of doom.
What do you mean, the actual source? Are you here to lecture me about economics again?
My investigation has led me to discover 2 millimeter entropic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinet.
A what?
A tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinet.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
Let's see. You can't protect it. Not against Pale. Close up shop and get... let's see. You can protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing. Let's see.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave. Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
No problem.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are...
Hi, Ace Detective.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword.
Yeah, not really interested in these books here.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen. Crime fiction. These books, furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. You see, a killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder. Oh no, turns out he fated to solve a case. Yes, tragedy caught. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Alright, let's see. Shelf of crime novels. Oh, it's a reaction speed check.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Alright, let's see if we can roll this and figure out who is Dick Mullen.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposed... Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken Identity.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions. No, wait, it's gotta be something else.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
No, that's not it either.
Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
What? No, that's not that's not what's happening.
Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal. Good news, really.
Something the matter, detective?
Kim, would you describe this woman as a smoking dame?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes and contemplates the book for a moment.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
Alright, I want to buy this Dick Mullen novel.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
You've acquired an interactable item.
Let's see here. Dick Mullen and a Mistaken Identity. Another Dick Mullen book that woefully misrepresents the nature of police work. In this one, our detective returns from a trip having successfully solved one case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No. He doesn't even look like a normal officer of the law. Alright, let's see if I, Yeah, if I'm going to be talking with the dice maker again, then that means I'm getting another shot at that Shivers check.
This bookstore is... Several maps. The maps look old and fake. Shelves full of biographies of famous people.
And yeah, no, definitely saving up to buy the sneakers.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance. Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman looks aloof.
Smells like leather and sweat.
The barbell waits patient. This old fireplace is covered in lines. Radio frequency unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system. You think so? They must have had massive air width. Whoever a list of all of this is gone, left unrealized.
My God. Exactly.
Nothing.
Right, quick save here.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Alright, let's see. Found the 2mm hole in the world. Alright, Shivers check. Here we go.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
This is still just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Let's see. I'm just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably don't have properly. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
No one's ever really safe from the failure. Let's see. What?
Do you know what this is?
Let's see. A lucky charm? A 70s ward? Let's see.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You made it nice and cozy here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality located at a church on the other side of the canal. I think it may be related to the Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
It's true!
I'm afraid it is, man. Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this? So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
What? No, I wouldn't go so far as to say the entire world's doomed.
Just Martinez? In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully. Nothing.
The lieutenant.
Your window looks...
I'm sorry, detective, but as you...
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Alright, well, got that little errand done with. Let's see here. The precarious world. Let's see, all red checks, but seems like the point of this game is victory. The absence of defeat in all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertakings. Victory in love and over other people. Political victory. Ideological victory. Hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories, too. Having things and not losing them. One problem, though. Not a lot of victors in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? And how do you not lose? Interesting questions to ponder, yes.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall.
It means that
He likes this find.
seems like an old bunk.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red.
Oh yeah, I forgot to unplug the bear.
Only the red cable is plugged into an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. If he really wants to save, you find the box.
Economical, but
Alright, let's go pick up those sneakers.
The speakers below. You should go over and ask him about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
I need those fallen sneakers.
super cool. Now the premium lifestyle is yours, officer.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost mystical energy.
Okay, now let me buy the speakers.
The junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaran garbage.
Right, anyways. Let's see, here we are. Speakers for the People's Republic of Samara. Why did you even buy those? These are no magic speakers. These are lame speakers. All they will reproduce is a faint memory of the song you're trying to listen to. Sell them for cash. And let's see, +1 to reaction speed, +1 to hand-eye coordination, and minus encyclopedia. Let's see. The Ultra Series Fawn sneakers put lightness and grip above all else. With grip tape covered springboard soles and ultralight synth fabric technology, you can exit every corner with the maximum traction of a gentleman's racer. Alright, finally got those dang sneakers. Is it worth it? I think so. Alright, so yeah, next time we'll examine the visual calculus, other visual calculus check. Till next time, folks, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see you. Bye-bye!